Wallpaper is making a comeback and I am here for it. Wallpaper is such a great way to add character to your space, and it can totally transform your space. And come on, we're over the boring beige, right? Like, we've left that in the past. We've moved past that. We are embracing color. We are embracing texture and personality going forward, right? So if you are planning on doing wallpaper and you're asking yourself, do I use peel and stick or do I use traditional pre-pasted wallpaper, and you don't really know which one to do, don't worry, I got you covered. I have used all of them. I love wallpaper. I use wallpaper all the time. We're gonna go over the good, the bad, the ugly, and the biggest mistake to avoid when you are doing wallpaper of any kind. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you now, because if I say wait to the end, I know you're not going to wait to the end. And the people who don't wait to the end are the ones who are going to need to hear this the most. So when you're doing wallpaper, peel and stick, traditional, you need to order enough wallpaper for your project. So make sure you measure and make sure you got all your measurements and you're ordering enough. And then order an extra roll. Order an extra 2 rolls, because something that a lot of people don't plan for is the waste that you're going to have, because if you're using wallpaper that has like a half drop repeat, you're going to have waste at the start of your run so you can match up the pattern. And a lot of people don't account for that. So they're like one roll short, and then they go to reorder the roll and the colors don't match because it's not the same dye lot. I've done this before and it's a nightmare. This is the new roll and it seems pretty similar, but it is not the exact same match. This is why it is so important to order all of the rolls you're going to need for the project in the same order, because they come from the same dye lot. So this is the original. It's a little bit more of a taupe, and then the new roll that we ordered is a little bit more of a beige. When you order all of your wallpaper at one time, they're all a part of the same dye lot. So all of the colors are going to match roll to roll to roll. They're all going to be the same color. Now, if you are short and you order a roll, later, it might match, but it might not match because it's not part of the same dye lot. Better to be safe than sorry. Order an extra roll or 2. You can always return it if you don't need it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Whitney and I help you DIY a cozy home with home renovations like this, garden content, home product reviews. So if you like videos like this, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It helps me out a lot, and consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. First up, let's talk about peel and stick wallpaper. Peel and stick right now it's super popular. It's readily available. It's a little bit more affordable than traditional pre-pasted wallpaper, and it's fabulous for renters. But not in all cases, and we're going to get to that here in a second. Peel and stick is great because you're not dealing with any sort of glue. It's not messy at all. And in theory, it's really easy to apply and remove. So we're going to first talk about 3 different peel and stick wallpapers, and then I'm going to get to the traditional pre-pasted wallpaper. And I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of each. So the first peel and stick wallpaper I've ever used was the least quality. So I ran into a few more hurdles than I was anticipating. But so if you're in that boat, you've only used one brand of peel and stick, they're not built the same. All peel and sticks are not the same. So this first one was really, really, really thin. It almost reminded me of like contact paper. For those of you who are my age and remember wrapping, like covering your textbooks in school with contact paper, it's kind of that consistency, like really thin and like it's a little stretchy. So I did do this project a few years ago. Now I don't know if Nextwell has upgraded their paper quality, but when I used it, it was very, very thin, kind of difficult to work with, because if your alignment was a little bit off as you got down the run and you needed to peel it off to kind of realign, when you go to peel it off, it stretches. And then once that stretches, it makes your pattern not line up properly. So that was a little bit difficult. Another thing I noticed with this specific peel and stick is that over time, I think it shrunk. Either the paper shrunk or my walls expanded, because there's like a little like gap seam where you can see the white wall behind it. And it drove me nuts for the longest time. And I eventually just went in with some markers and colored pencils, and like I color matched the wallpaper and I just drew on the wall behind it. And from afar, you can't tell. Only I really know it's there. You can't really tell. So if that happens to you, that's something that you can do, just like color the wall. Overall, the print is fabulous. I love it. It's the exact vibe I was going for this like little feature wall. There was a little bit of a learning curve to it, and I do think for renters, this would be a great option, because when you peel it off, I don't think it's going to damage your walls behind, since it is pretty thin. It's not super, super duper sticky. Sticky enough to stick to the walls, but not sticky enough to like rip the paint off your walls, you know? Favorite thing about this wallpaper is you see the little mustachioed guy right in the middle of the flower? I cannot not see them anymore. They're so freaking cute. Look at them. See him? Ah! Now the next one up is from the brand called Floral Plus, and let me tell you, this is like night and day compared to the first peel and stick I used. The paper is thicker. It actually has a texture to it where it feels like traditional wallpaper, like that textured like grass cloth. So much easier to work with, so much easier to smooth out any air bubbles. Now, with any sort of wallpaper, peel and stick or traditional, you're going to have, when you adhere it to the wall, you need to smooth out any sort of air bubbles that are trapped behind the wallpaper. Something like this, like hard enough, but still pretty malleable and soft. I definitely would not use any sort of metal like putty spatulas. If you don't want to buy an extra tool, you can use like an old gift card or like your ID or something. You just need something, you know, hard enough that's like not your hands to like smooth out the air bubbles. I love this wallpaper so much. The colors are so vibrant and it actually matches the wall color perfectly. And that was not on purpose. I mean, I wanted it to kind of match, but I didn't color match it intentionally. I'd painted the walls and then I'd found the wallpaper and I'm like, this will be good, but it actually matches perfectly. And if you're wanting to do the same combo, it is the Sherwin Williams in the color Persimmon. It actually was the color of the year for 2024. And I just love the color. I found the color, fell in love, realized it was the color of the year. So do I have trending taste? Probably not. But anyway, I love the color, love the wallpaper. If you're looking to do this combo, I will have all the details and all the links listed down below for you. That room just feels like a warm, like sunset hug. And I love it. I do. Now the next one I'm going to talk about is the one behind me. Why did I say it like that? It's kind of sounded like a vampire. Behind me. Whoa, okay, guys. This one was actually the cheapest option available and I needed a lot of it. I did the whole ceiling in here. I am going to have like a full like room makeover situation video happen. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video. But I did, this is like a finished attic. So I did all of the angled walls and the ceiling and I needed a lot of wallpaper and I'm on a budget. So I found this and for the largest roll, it was pretty affordable. And I was a little bit worried that it was going to be super thin like that first one I used. And since I am using it on the ceiling, I was also a little bit worried that it might not be sticky enough to attach to the ceiling to like stay stuck. You know what I mean? Boy, was I wrong. This stuff is great. It's thicker than the original one, but it's not as textured as the second one. But it is sticky. It is sticky, sticky. I love this wallpaper. I love the print. I love the color. This house is a 150-year-old farmhouse. The walls, I need to do some work to the walls. I'm going to do like a nickel gap type vertical board and then paint them like a dark taupe. Not dark, but probably like a little bit lighter than the main taupe in here. So it's not going to be stark white. It's just going to be like vibey and cozy and vintage feels in here. Now, with the stickiness of this wallpaper, I would not recommend this to renters because it might damage your walls. Let me show you a little piece here. So I'm going to show you an example of what this can do. This was just a random, just extra piece that I didn't need. And I put it on this door just to make sure once my project was done, I didn't need it. But it was a big piece where I just didn't want to throw it away. I wanted to save it. But yeah, this stuff is so sticky, but you see what I mean? I would hate for this to happen to you in your apartment and you'd have to like go in and fix all of this. It doesn't really matter to me because I'm already planning on stripping this door. Look at how pretty. There's like a million coats of white paint on here, but this is brass. So I want to just clean all, like the handle up. I'm going to be stripping the whole door because I bet this door is like a beautiful solid oak. So this is fine for me, but it's probably not going to be fine for you, especially if you're renting. So this is advice for all renters. If you're looking to do any sort of peel and stick, double check your walls. If the paint on your walls already looks like it's bubbling and ready to like just scratch off, peel and stick wallpaper is going to peel that paint off of your walls, and then you are responsible for the damages of those walls. So keep that in mind. Just do a little test strip somewhere, like pick the worst part of your wall in your apartment and test it on that, peel it off. And if it does peel the paint off, then you only have to spackle and paint a little patch. You don't have to do your whole apartment. So would I recommend peel and stick wallpaper? Absolutely. I think it's a great way to spice up your space, especially if you're renting or if you own your home or if whatever. It's a great way to spice up your space. And if you want to do something like this, but you're not like, you don't want to be 100% committed to a forever wallpaper, then use peel and stick. It's great. Now let's talk about traditional pasted wallpaper. The biggest difference between peel and stick and pasted is the commitment. Peel and stick, you put it up. If you don't like it, you can take it down. Traditional wallpaper that is pasted, that baby ain't coming off easy, okay? Once it's on there and glued and set, you're gonna have to go through a whole gamut to try to get that stuff off there. Scrape, like, it's a big deal. So the commitment is the biggest thing you got to think about. The payoff with traditional wallpaper is it looks higher end than peel and stick. The installation process takes a little bit more prep. I mean, with both, you need to make sure that your walls are clean and smooth, but with wallpaper, your walls have to be primed. So a lot of traditional wallpapers say that they are pre-pasted and you just need to use water to activate the glue, which is true, but whenever I'm working with pre-pasted wallpaper, I always add my own glue on top of that, just to make sure that there's like proper adhesion. I don't want to be dealing, you know, a couple months down the line, edges starting peeling up. One of the best things about traditional wallpaper, like a heavyweight wallpaper, it can hide a multitude of sins. And peel and stick, unfortunately, cannot do the same thing. I'm sure there's like a really thick peel and stick out there, but I have not found it. I have not tried it. If you do know of a peel and stick wallpaper out there that is as thick as a heavyweight traditional wallpaper, let me know. So traditional wallpaper is definitely a little bit more messy, especially if you're going to be adding your own glue. But the difference between using a peel and stick and the pasted is the pasted, you have more work time. You can, you know, get it up on your wall, and if you need to slide it a little bit to make the repeats match, you have a little bit more work time and a little bit more wiggle room to make sure it's in place right before you smooth it out with your spatula. With peel and stick, you kind of have to make sure that first, you know, your first repeat that you've lined up is perfect, because as you smooth it down, if it's not perfect, if it's off kilter a little bit, you have to peel the whole thing off and then restart it. And if you're working with a thinner peel and stick, that peel and stick can stretch, and that piece you're working with you might need to scrap it. I mean, if you just peel it off like once or twice to redo it, I think you'd be fine. But if you keep having to, you know, peel it off and restick it, peel it off and restick it, it's going to stretch. But with traditional wallpaper, there is no stretch. It's like, it's pretty rigid. Now this first wallpaper is from York Wall Coverings, and I think York Wall Coverings has a great selection of traditional wallpapers, especially if you're looking for a toile. This print is called a toile. You'll see it in a lot of different colors. This is the black and beige, but it comes in like a red and a navy and a cream and a chocolate. I have used it in this bedroom, and then I've also used it in this half bath, and I think it looks fabulous. I think it's great for the period of the house, and I love it. It's elegant, but it's timeless. And then this next one is like a vintage tropical banana leaf. I love this wallpaper. I think it's great, but they discontinued it and I cannot find it. I did find a reseller in India, but I'm like, I wasn't sure how legit the website was. So I'm on the hunt for something similar to this, but I think I love the vibe of this. It's kind of like botanical, vintage, banana-y. It's great. I just wish they would bring it back so I could use it in another room. So which one is better? It honestly just depends upon your situation, where you want to use it, how you want to use it, if you're renting, if you own. But let's break down a couple of the points so you can do pros and cons of each. So installation, peel and stick is easier. It's less messy. It's pretty easy to do. You can do it by yourself. Traditional wallpaper requires a little bit more on all aspects. There's a little bit more prep involved. The glue, it's a little bit messier. And if you are not comfortable doing it, you're going to have to hire an installer to hang it for you. and you're just gonna have to figure that cost into your project, but you can do it. I know you can. Now the cost, it varies. I originally wanted to say that peel and stick is going to be more affordable than traditional wallpaper, but there's some traditional wallpapers out there now that are just as affordable as peel and stick. I think prices are kind of equal. There are high-end wallpapers. There are like fancy schmancy wallpapers. I catered an event like a million lifetimes ago where this woman was a wallpaper designer, and she did like these little tiny glass beads that she hand glued on all of the wallpaper. And durability, I think there are some peel and stick wallpapers out there that are going to be durable and last you for years and years and years. The first one that I did, that's been up there for 3 or 4 years now, and it's not budging, it's not going anywhere. It looks great. And I think this is going to be great too. But traditional wallpaper is going to typically last you for the long term. You just have to make sure that you are committed to that. If you're a renter or you're indecisive or you just want to change up your look often, go with peel and stick. But if you are a homeowner, or if you're a designer who's working for someone who wants that luxe look, then I would definitely go traditional wallpaper and get it professionally hung. That's going to be your best bet. All right, guys, I hope you got some value out of this. Let me know in the comments below if you are a peel and stick or traditional pasted wallpaper fan. Let me know, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.